at the very beginning of this episode, I want to say I woke up this morning on the wrong side of the bed. I've objectively pretty good day. I've just been mad about every second of it for some reason.
What? Why?
I don't know. I can't point to anything that like made me mad today. I've just been mad all day. Just been
living life on Hans mode. What the?
I don't know what it is.
Aaron, this is.
Yeah. What?
You're experiencing what it's like to be me.
I just want to say,
mad, and I don't know why.
I'm just. Every little thing was like any minor annoyance today. I had to like hold it in all day long. And
interesting.
I gotta say, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Just kind of been angry all day, in a bad mood, pretty much all day long. And this movie did not help.
No.
I've been looking forward to this moment right here, talking to my two best friends.
You're really
boys,
and you also just watched this afternoon. Like you're coming in hot. You're really doing this.
Yeah,
episode
I finished.
You
this
are doing
movie
this Han style
at like 5:55. It is currently 7:50.
Boys, this one I gotta tell you. We are like back on form with this movie.
You've been saying you wanted to talk about a bad movie. Here we go.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I've been craving some trash. I've been waiting at the drive-through for some trash, and boy, oh boy, did Ice Cube deliver!
Oh my gosh! Wish he hadn't. I wish he hadn't. The world would be a better place if this movie just got the Batgirl treatment, and they just never.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I agree with you.
To release it.
I don't know if I agree with you. That the world would be a better place without this movie. I don't know.
So this is very solidly Zach making us watch. This movie. So this is Zach's episode.
No.
What?
So we were talking, and we decided that we should really do another Chronicles of Nanarnia.
Yeah.
We were like, we only have 2 of those out there. We really need a third. What would be a good movie for that? We had a couple good ideas. We still have a couple good ideas. There are plenty more to do. But Zach said, hey, did you know that Ice Cube this year made a War of the Worlds movie? And we both said, what? No. And as soon as we saw it, I know I had said, at least, I can't speak for you, but I definitely agreed we needed to watch this movie.
Oh, so do you want to take this one? Because I understand where Aaron's coming from is the fact that for like 2 months leading up to this, I've just been sending you like tweets and screenshots of like the Letterboxd ratings and the Prime reviews and the random like facts about this. I've been like soft launching this as an episode for like a month, but I think you're right. I don't know if I officially pulled the trigger.
I'll give it to Hans. I'll let Hans take it. Absolutely. I want nothing to do with this film.
I'd be happy to take it.
I don't think anyone should want anything to do with this film.
Before we do, since I have a sore throat, I'm going to use that as my excuse to do this because I didn't do it before we started the recording.
Ooh, that
this isn't anything fun. It's a ginger ale.
Yeah.
But still.
That had a good hiss on it. I made a Negroni Spagliato.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Jet of flame springing from the mirror and it leaps right at the advancing men. It strikes them head on. Lord, they're turning into flames. The whole field's caught up by the woods, the barns, the gas tanks of the automobiles spreading everywhere. It's coming this way now, about 20 yards to my right.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast from Grover's Mill.
I see no other option to initiate this War of the Worlds to save us all.
What's so funny? Placing an official order on Amazon. All right, that's crazy. That's fake news.
So, this is the thing that we do. I say we, it's mostly me, I guess. Maybe if you were to go back and like tally up the score. But there's this problem, I think, where we frequently like... You'll know what I'm talking about as soon as I say it. This problem where we're not one of those podcasts where we like record and then like release later that week. Like we record and then it just like sits on a hard drive for like months and it kind of comes out who knows when.
Yeah.
But we have this nasty habit of saying things that temporarily place the recordings in a very different time than the release. Like we'll be like, oh yeah, these summer blockbusters are great in like our Thanksgiving episode.
Hey, you should really watch Trap, and then it doesn't come out for like 5 months.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited for Mission Impossible in this episode you're hearing 4 months after that movie came out. I hope you went to go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
We do that a lot.
Professionals.
We do that a lot. And I say that
hey, if anyone out there wants to fix that problem, 6 months
Everything
after
Plus.
after my voice is being recorded, you can sign up for the Everything Plus tier, and we will hire an editor.
Everything Plus.
Oh my god.
But I say that because this is, well, even at this, but also we take forever to record sometimes. Like originally, this little tangent I'm going on was meant to follow very soon after we lost famous actor, activist, founder of the Sundance Film Festival, Robert Redford. So we were like a month out from that recording. This is going to be like 4 months out from that releasing. Like, I don't know. We've completely lost track of time. But I have a little film recommendation for you guys. I don't think we've ever like recommended this movie on the pod. I got like this might be a deep cut. I got a fun recommendation. I don't know if either of you have heard of, because Robert Redford passed. Very sad. And I was like, I should actually see more of his movies. I've seen all The President's Men, but there's a lot of, there to discover. So like the day after he passed away, I loaded up this movie called Sneakers. And I don't know if you guys know this, but like it doesn't have anything to do with like footwear. It's not a shoe. I thought maybe it was like a shoe-based movie. It has nothing to do with footwear, it turns out.
Did you do this specifically so you could do this bit? You haven't talked to me about it specifically so you could do this bit?
Yeah, okay, so that's the thing. I didn't watch the movie specifically to do this bit, but Hans and I have seen each other in person since I watched this. We went to go see, here's another way to date it. We went to go see Apollo 13 when it came back.
This was that long ago?
This was the day after Robert Redford passed away.
Oh my god!
This was like weeks ago. We went to go see, like last week, we went to go see Apollo 13 when it came back to IMAX, and we're sitting in the theater.
Wow.
And Hans is like, wait a minute, this music sounds really familiar. This sounds like the soundtrack to Sneakers. And he pulls out his phone after the movie, of course, not during the movie. He's not a monster.
Of course.
He waits after the movie. He pulls out his phone and he's like, oh, it's the same composer, Sneakers. Zach, you need to watch Sneakers. Zach, Sneakers is how have you not watched Sneakers? You need to watch Sneakers. And I had to just, because I knew I was going to do like I didn't know the exact bit. I was going to do a dumb bit on this podcast. I had to sit and just hold it in. the knowledge that I have watched Sneakers, although I did put it on Letterboxd when I watched it. So the clues were out there, Mr. Policeman. You could have caught me.
I'm not on Letterboxd enough.
Yeah, we only put it in our show notes where we link to it every day.
Hold on, wait. So when I said that though, did you hear it?
Well, once you said it, I made the connection. I didn't I'm not as intimately familiar with it. I didn't catch it on my own, but you said it. I'm like, oh yeah, that does sound right. Like it did have like a pretty banging soundtrack, and they do sound pretty similar. Like the Sneaker soundtrack is good, and the Apollo 13 soundtrack is good. But yeah, that was a good.
Hans.
Here,
this is so frustrating.
Hans.
No, just so anybody out there who's curious, this is a movie. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, Sneakers is such a good movie. There's so much to appreciate about it. I've been begging these two to watch it so that we can talk about it.
I've never seen it.
Hey, Hans, you know what you didn't do, though? You know what?
What?
You know what you should have done that you didn't do? You kept saying you should watch this movie, you should watch this movie, you should watch this movie. It has, Dan Aykroyd and Sidney Poitier, and it has, Robert Redford. Like, you said all that. You said it's a good movie. You recommended it, like, maybe a couple hundred times. What you didn't tell me is Sneakers is Mission Impossible 1, but, like, 4 years before Mission Impossible 1 came out. It's literally Mission Impossible 1. I don't know if you know that. No!
That's great.
Not kind of. It literally is. I was watching, and so it's kind of like a 90s, like, they got, like, the cool spy gadgets, like, techno spy thriller, and I'm kind of like, oh, this is giving me a little Mission Impossible 1 vibes. And then I just start pointing out split diopter shots, which, if you know my man De Palma, that's a big Mission Impossible 1 thing. And I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty, I'm like halfway through the movie. I'm like, this is pretty Mission Impossible-y. And then we get to the end, where they have to sneak into this facility. They have to find ways to subvert a temperature monitor and a motion sensor in order to get this MacGuffin high-tech device. And I'm like, it's literally Mission Impossible 1, but this came out like half a decade before Mission Impossible 1. How did they do this? What's going on? My brain is breaking. Like, I got to that ending, the whole ending sequence, and I'm like, it was all there. The DNA was all there in Sneakers. They wrote the book, and Mission Impossible read the book. It's not Mission Impossible 2. It's not Mission Impossible 3. To be clear, it's not the Mission Impossible franchise. No, it is Mission Impossible 1. De Palma's Mission Impossible 1 very thoroughly. You should have just said that. You should have said, Zach, it's proto Mission Impossible 1. How have you not watched this? So I admit,
I guess
you
I
recommended a movie to me
way.
50 times, and I'm still finding a way to blame you for me not watching it. And I recognize how lame that is, but I was like losing my mind at this. In my Letterboxd review, I wrote about this, and I did say it is a shame we never got, Sneakers 2, Sneakers 3, like Sneakers Final Reckoning, because that would have been fantastic if Robert Redford was like in his 70s, just like hanging off the side of a plane. Like the potential, the Sneakers franchise, what it could have been. So yeah, that's it. That's my bit. I watched the movie Sneakers like a couple weeks ago, and I tried to mine like 6 minutes of content out of that.
I might have to go watch it then.
Aaron, I don't know if anybody's told you this. You should watch the movie Sneakers.
You have to.
I don't think anybody said this to you, but I would recommend the film Sneakers, starring Robert Redford and Sidney Poitier, and a whole cast of fun. And River Phoenix is in it.
Oh, fun.
It even has like a little tangential Shyamalan connection.
It's a really, really, really good movie.
Okay.
It has really dope 90s hacker like shots and like really cool gadgets. Like, do you like spy gadgets? It has spy gadgets.
I do like spy gadgets.
You should really watch Sneakers then, because it's got spy gadgets out the wazoo.
I'm so happy you watched it.
Okay, now Hans, this movie that you made us watch.
Okay, well,
yeah. Hey, yeah, try to give me a synopsis.
Okay, so Sneakers. Great movie. I can't stop talking about Sneakers. I've been begging you to watch it. I'm so happy you finally did. I'm a little bit irritated, a little bit pissed off that you waited this long to tell me just so you could do this bit, but I have to respect the bit. It's a good bit.
Okay, thank you.
It's really funny that you bring that up ahead of time, because now all I want to do is talk about Sneakers with you, and I can't because Aaron hasn't watched it yet, and I especially can't because we have to actually sit down and talk about 2025 War of the Worlds, starring Ice Cube,
which is
like
the opposite of Sneakers.
Really
we are. I have had some flashbacks right back to the Seagal days, man.
Oh,
this one was.
Well,
he's not good.
He does the whole movie sitting in a chair. It's got some real Seagal energy. He's sitting his butt in a chair that whole time.
I have one word to describe this whole film: embarrassing. It is
embarrassing.
I want to expand on that, but yeah, Hans, what happens here?
Let's get okay. This is the most notes I have taken on any movie for a very, very long time.
Since perhaps season 1?
Oh, well,
yeah.
For sure. For sure. It's a lot. A lot. Okay. Ice Cube.
Mr.
Cube is Will Radford. He works for a government surveillance program that monitors Earth because he just has access to everything. Access to every drone. There are just drones all over the place. Access to every camera, every smartphone, every laptop, every webcam.
They're all a right click away, to be clear. It's just
exactly. They are all. It even shows the context menus when you right click on his little program that he has access to.
He has a little video game that he can play real people in this video game, basically.
Pretty much. It's the amount. I can't even begin to describe just to what degree the absurdity of all of the like technological pieces of this movie. It's completely senseless.
Yeah.
We'll get into it, and I'm going to have to just let it go to a certain extent, but we'll get into it. Anyway, Ice Cube works for international government surveillance program that, of course, is headquartered in the U.S. because always. He has his kids. He uses this like government software to keep an eye on his kids because he doesn't trust them because he promised his wife that he would take care of them. He's also tracking down a mysterious hacker. In the middle of tracking down a mysterious hacker, boom, aliens invade Earth. And you see this all unfold. The next, I don't know, hour and 31 minutes? Or no, it's an hour and 30 exactly because it's not quite one Paul Blart.
Well, and you take out actually pretty long credits, so it's only like an hour 24 of movie.
Doesn't matter. For the next like 50 minutes or so, you just see Ice Cube using his computer, making Teams calls, joining Zoom calls, using WhatsApp to talk to his kids, all the while naturally, he has a window open on his computer that's just a camera. That's a camera view of his face.
Yeah, I want
so
to
that
make
you
it
can
clear.
see him react to all of this that's happening.
Yeah, I want to make it clear. When Han says you see Ice Cube doing these things, you don't actually see Ice Cube doing anything. You see his desktop. It's a screen
it's like a screen share
of his desktop, but only like a maximum of a quarter of his desktop at any one time.
Yeah, it gets really heavy with the zooms and whips around like
lots of pans.
It is almost
around
impossible
the
to tell
screen.
what's going on at any one moment. Like, I had a very hard time figuring out what are we supposed to be looking at right now. But anyway, please continue.
Well, that's pretty much it. So you get 50 minutes of him calling Eva Longoria, who is his contact at NASA, calling his kids, calling his daughter's boyfriend on WhatsApp, texting people, pulling up news articles, looking at tweets. You just sort of see all of these events unfold through a news feed in a screen capture of this man's computer, with him reacting in a little window in one of the corners of the screen. It moves around all the time. Because as everybody knows, the very first thing we do is make sure that our face is visible to us on our computer monitors as we're coding or editing or whatever it is.
Oh, also, it's this guy at the Department of Homeland Security who is in charge of spying on the whole world has one monitor on his desktop. And he fits everything onto
To be
a
fair,
single
if you could spy on every
monitor.
person in the world by right-clicking a commandeer drone, you only really need one monitor.
So all this goes down. He finds out that his son is the hacker that he's been chasing. So his son helps him
Plot twist.
infiltrate or they write a virus to try and take down the aliens. Or no, sorry. The aliens are tracking data. They feed on data. So they eat data. So they're going after data centers, government data centers. They're drawn to it. So he says, okay, we can build a virus planted in those data centers that'll kill the aliens. And it sort of does. It fails. Now, we're probably a good 45 minutes in at this point. So I'm going to pause for a second. This is a War of the Worlds movie.
Yeah.
There have been many, all based off of the book. I believe it was 1989 or 1898, was it?
Yeah, sounds right.
I believe.
Right.
1898 book, The World. Yeah, 1898 book, The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells.
Yeah.
If you say The War of the Worlds, you have in your imagination. I haven't seen any of the other movies. I never read the book, but in my mind, I know what they look like because it's sort of been standardized,
Tripods.
right? It was depicted. They're tripods.
Yeah.
They're big bulbous head on three legs, and every movie does it a little differently. This one does it a little differently than the one with Tom Cruise in it. Whatever.
Yeah.
One thing they were never able to do in any of those other ones is detach the head from the legs and zip around like a spaceship.
Which, like, why would you walk if you can do that?
Exactly. There are these slow-moving, big, lumbering creatures that walk around on three legs, as they have been in every other depiction, every other reimagining of this story. And then as soon as a little virus is planted into these data centers, these aliens pop the heads off of their legs and then fly like a freaking fighter jet halfway across the world to instantly destroy all of the hackers that uploaded this virus.
Okay, now, Hans, that one specific complaint you have, I'm sending it here. That could be a throwback, a reference to the 1953 version where they do fly around, not on tripods.
Oh, really?
For background, I actually read the original book. I read War of the Worlds last week to prepare for this.
Wow.
You're a lot more professional than I am.
You should read the War of the Worlds. Recommendation. You should read the H.G. Wells War of the Worlds. It's very brisk. It goes by very quickly. It's actually full-on action-packed. It's just a fun read. I would recommend the book War of the Worlds.
Do the tripods pop off the legs and fly around like fighter jets?
No. So no. They're launched down to Earth in the book. They're launched down to Earth in these giant tubes. And when they come out, they're kind of weak. He describes them as leathery. They're kind of weak, crappy, stupid. The gravity and atmosphere is thicker and heavier on Earth, so they can barely. They're kind of struggling. And then they build the tripods, and the tripods just go through and wreck stuff. So, total disclosure. So when I was younger, I watched the Steven Spielberg, Tom Cruise War of the Worlds. And when I was a dumb kid, I was I don't know, 12 when I watched this. I was a dumb kid, and I went to a bookstore, and I was oh, War of the Worlds, and I picked it up, and I'm not even joking. I opened a random page, and I went well, what the this guy's talking about like horses and carriages and stuff. What is this? Like, I was like completely like, it's set in 1800s London.
Yeah.
I was like, well, this isn't what I signed up for. I just watched the Tom Cruise movie. Don't worry, Joker. What are you trying to sell me? So I put it back. I never read past that first random page, like in the middle of the book until now. I went and read it. It was a good read. I haven't seen every movie adaptation, but I do know just from seeing the cover of it, there are flying machines in the 53 version. And then tripods. But typically, to your point, like the core essential of War of the Worlds is typically tripods with heat rays.
Yeah.
In the book, they also have this weird black, like inky fog that they shoot, but like the tripods and the heat rays are really like what I think exists in the
I remember the heat rays
memory of
being
it.
invisible in the book.
They are,
Okay.
because it just is
It's
like
been
blasting you with
ages
heat, like with
since I read
microwaves or
that,
something.
So
Yeah, no, it's actually scarier in the book than most movies because movies have to show it.
Yeah.
I don't think most movies are willing to put invisible heat rays.
Yeah.
Like, but in the book it's scarier because the aliens come and you're like, I just have to. If I'm in sight of these things, I could die at any
because
moment.
things
You,
just
like,
burst
have to
into
just, like,
flames around
constantly
them.
hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like not even like it's always like a focused beam in the movies, but this is just they can just blast like 180 degrees and just like, kill everything and catch everything on fire.
I wanna see that
It's really
version.
terrifying.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I.
Hey, Aaron,
it
you know
looks
what you
like-
should watch if you want to see that version? You should watch Shin Godzilla.
Well, what I was gonna say is
I know
that
I
we're
keep
finally
recommending that one
getting-
too.
Yeah.
Zach, why don't you do a funny bit where you watch Shin Godzilla and don't tell me for like 3
Oh, I
weeks.
watched Shin Godzilla like 3 years ago. No, I'm joking. I never watched it. That'd be really funny. No, I have been on the train of we need a book accurate Frankenstein,
Yes.
and it looks like with Guillermo del Toro's version, maybe we're getting a book
Maybe.
accurate Frankenstein
Maybe.
this
I'm
year.
hoping for
so
it.
now my cause will move to book accurate War of the Worlds. I want
That'd be cool.
19th century London. I want these invisible heat rays. That's what I want. Although I will say the Tom Cruise movie was actually weirdly closer to the book than I assumed it was going to be.
Hey, you know what had basically nothing to do with the book at all?
Yes, the 2025 Ice Cube War of the World films. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, anyway. So for the rest of the movie, you have a hybrid. You have tripods and hovering little guys, and they're all the same, except one's really, really slow and one's really, really fast, and they only use whichever one is most convenient for the plot at that particular moment. It's stupid.
Oh, hey, you know what their other weakness is besides weird viruses? Guns. They regularly take down these tripods with just normal guns.
Yeah. Yeah, you see it happening pretty regularly, but not enough, I guess. They
know.
don't keep doing it.
At one point, his kid just hijacks a drone and like takes out 3 of them, and I'm like, okay, that seems to be working.
Yeah.
Just do more of that, I guess.
No. I have so much to say about that. We'll talk about it. Let's
keep
just let me
going.
get through this. So
Keep going. We're almost
after
there.
this all happens, his hacker son reveals himself. He says to Ice Cube, like, I know you work for it's unnamed, but he basically works for the NSA, right? So
He's in the Department of Home. There's a DHS logo behind it.
Oh,
He's
is it
in the Department
DHS?
of Homeland
Okay.
Security.
whatever.
And he's in the
He
Guardian
works-
program.
Yeah, so his son says there's this other program that they're building under your feet that you don't know about called Goliath, which is like this next level data surveillance or data gathering and surveillance
I'm gonna hold
program.
on. I'm gonna hold on to it.
Expose.
I have stuff to say about that. I'm gonna hold.
Oh,
on
we
to
have
it.
so much to say about a lot of it. Just let me get through it. So he exposes this thing, sends him all these files. Dad believes him immediately because he reads a whole bunch of PDFs and has these like weird revelations, like, "Oh my
reads
god,
3
they did it! They
sentences
had it
from 2
right
PDFs.
right under our noses." It's awful.
Literally in the basement of the building in which he is sitting.
Yeah, it's only 40 feet underground. They say it's not that many feet underground
No.
for like this secretive bunker.
In
That's
the middle
like
of
2
Washington,
basements.
D.C.
In the middle of Washington, D.C., 40 feet underground. Anyway. Oh, God. Oh, so long. Where were we? Oh, the virus doesn't work because his hacker dudes get all blown up. They're like, okay, well, all of the other data banks have been eliminated on Earth. The only one left is Goliath. It's the biggest one. Oh, turns out that's why the aliens are here, because Goliath has like this biggest data harvest, the biggest data harvesting thing in the world that has ever been created, and that drew the aliens in because they were so keen on that data. And there's one guy, his Ice Cube's boss was the one who wanted to turn it on, even though everybody told him not to. So oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm tired. I want to be done. Where are we? So they have
You
to
were
turn
so excited. This was like a return to form.
I know this is why. No.
You get like
no.
2/3 of the way through the recap, and you're over it.
Because I want to complain about it. We got to get through this part. Sorry, I just got to get through
the
it.
Part that sucks.
So,
well, this and the movie.
Yeah. So they can't get to it. There's an air. It's completely air gapped. It's not connected to the internet. So they have to take it there manually. They have to take a thumb drive there. But Ice Cube doesn't have a thumb drive to plant the virus, a new virus in this thing. So he has to get his daughter's boyfriend, who very conveniently works for Amazon. The whole movie's an Amazon ad, and he can do 2-hour air delivery via drone because this guy's an expert drone pilot to deliver a freaking flash drive to Ice Cube with the virus on it. His daughter, ever so conveniently, is researching, what was it? Cell cannibalism.
Yeah, so she like patented a gene that causes cells to attack themselves.
Like self-cannibalize, yeah. Yes. Because they discover that the aliens are like a machine computer hybrid. They write a new virus using the daughter's code so that the aliens will self-cannibalize once they breach the Goliath data center, as long as they can get this virus installed on time. And they do that, and all is fine and good. And then the movie's over, and he goes to his daughter's baby shower. And when it was over, I was like laughing. I was laughing at this movie. It was so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I'm a little all over the place. I know I'm guilty of this.
So is the movie.
Just...
It's okay.
So's the movie. You have to grant me a little leeway there, because this is really a return to form for me. Going back to our first season. But just stick with me for a second, because you hear me describe that and you think, that sounds like interesting, maybe?
Sounds
like that's fine.
Like it could be fine. Not amazing.
That could be a fine story, you know? But then you remember that you watched the whole thing like someone was streaming it to Twitch, because it's a screen capture of his computer. With just him in a webcam view. It's the whole movie is like nothing. It was so frustrating.
Okay, let me talk to that real quick. Because this is kind of a little subgenre almost in its own way. Like this isn't the first movie to do this.
It's almost a found footage film.
Back in like, I want to say like 2018, I saw a movie called Searching. And that is the exact same premise. The entire thing is told through a computer screen. So like you only see what a computer can see, and then like people on phones like FaceTiming. The exact same format. But I haven't gone back to rewatch it, but I liked Searching the first time I saw it. That showed that this format has worked. Mm-hmm. You kind of know it's going to be experimental. You kind of know it's going to be weird.
I'm not saying it's a bad format. It's just that the way that they did it to tell this story in particular was wrong.
Was weird.
I think none. I'm going to say none. I've been pretty sure that's wrong. But most of the elements here, I'll say it that way. Most of the elements here, I think, are fine elements to have in a film that were just so poorly executed on almost every level that even if each individual element of this movie, each individual idea that was collected here could theoretically work, it definitely didn't.
Yeah. Can I just run down through, like, I want to hit bullet points, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
Yeah.
We can talk about them if we need to, or we can just skip right past them. I just need to get this out there, because like I said, this is a lot. I took a lot of notes here. You guys are going to have a lot more to say about themes. I just need to get this out there. First and foremost, War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Tripods, destroying things, destroying everything. This movie is about someone who has untold access to any video camera, any video feed, any possible way to gather information, right?
It's the Dark Knight machine from the movie The Dark Knight.
Right. So the world is being destroyed around them. So you're watching this through video feeds. You're watching it through live camera feeds. You're watching it through dash cams and cell phones. And every single one of those tells the opposite story of what the characters are telling, because it's a bright, sunny day with normal traffic, people going 25 miles an hour down a busy street with red lights, everybody's respecting the stop signs, and all the while the characters are like bleeding to death in the back of a robo-taxi kind of deal, like talking about, oh my god, there's death and destruction outside. Meanwhile, you can see the outside and it just looks like a busy day.
Yeah.
It's so just the way that And this, so we didn't mention this. I think this was a Netflix original, wasn't it?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Okay, Amazon Prime.
It was originally planned to get a theatrical release, and then it sounds like, from what I've read, Amazon was basically like, hey, there's like a lot of Amazon product placement in this. We should just like swoop this up, buy the rights to it to put on Prime.
Yeah.
We basically paid for this whole thing anyway, so...
I feel like I can't even give the whole, like, well, maybe they didn't have a big budget. Because if they had Amazon backing them up, they had unlimited money to do whatever they wanted here.
Amazon famously will just blow millions, or in a couple famous cases, $1 billion on just the worst thing you've ever seen.
Yep.
I have something else to say about that. Okay, keep going.
Obviously, Amazon features quite a lot throughout this movie, but you know what else features quite a lot throughout this movie? Microsoft and all of their various products. The amount of Teams notifications and call noises that gave me, like, PTSD is not the right word because that's not fair to actual PTSD, but it makes me like nervous. It's like a nervous tick every time I hear the Teams message noise. I look at my phone to see if I got something, but no, it's just coming from the movie. I've always hated the like faked out computer UIs in movies, like being a computer guy. Like I can't stand the way computers work in Hollywood.
This is a beautiful blend of real and completely made up.
But that's just it. Like seeing this and watching this movie, I'm like, oh my God, I wish they were just making it up. I wish it was just a big black bar with a button on it that said hack complete. This is infuriating to watch someone just to watch a movie of someone navigating Teams calls and Zoom calls. I was like, good God,
he'll get
I can't stand this.
He'll get like. So on the screen, you'll have like a Teams call actively going, and then someone will call him over Zoom as that Teams call is going, and then Facebook Messenger will pop up as he's holding his cell phone in his hand on FaceTime with somebody else.
Yeah, and his kids will call him on WhatsApp.
And there's like a web browser that's open that is going through X.com, according to the movie, as he's like...
Yeah, they use Facebook, they use X, they use Google, like...
Oh, yeah, and
I'm going to assume also there's just a Cocomelon stream off to the side on his iPad, too. We don't see that, but...
There is a Gmail that you're supposed to think is very emotionally impactful.
The emotional gut punch of this movie is an email he writes to his daughter.
Yeah. It's just, like, so much of it is lost. So much of that is lost because the whole time I'm sitting there cackling because he's dealing with the day-to-day that I deal with at work. Of people like, I don't have time for you right now, so I have to hit the hang up button and then pull up the window and message them and say, sorry, can't right now. Because that happens in this movie. That's not
like many
Hollywood.
times.
Like, what? I don't know. Yeah. I guess it feels like a really weird complaint, right?
No, that was the main thought that I had because, like, it feels ridiculous to watch. But to be fair, I don't know anything about the Department of Homeland Security. They might just have, I use my hack program, I right-click hack into stuff, and then I just Teams call the President of the United States, and I, like, send you a PDF of a warrant. Maybe that's how they do things. But the problem is... We all want, I think deep down, we all want our movies to lie to us. We want everyone to be cool and sexy and get into car chases and stuff, even though that doesn't happen.
There were multiple opportunities here for a car chase, and it just never happened.
It never happened because I spend 8 hours of every single day of my life sitting on my ass and hopping from one Zoom meeting to another. Why do I need to sit and watch an hour and a half of Ice Cube sitting on his ass hopping from one Zoom meeting to another? But I will say, a very fun way to increase the immersive qualities of this movie. Every other movie for this podcast we've recorded, I've watched like on my TV, because that's how movies work. This one I specifically watched on like my laptop. I watched it on a computer.
Boost that immersion.
Because then it's really like there are just straight up like Zoom calls and Teams notification sounds coming from my laptop. I think it adds. That's the intended way to watch this.
It's just so wild.
That's how you should watch it.
I can't imagine watching this in a theater.
Yeah, I did watch. So like I said, the other one, Searching from 2018, I did watch that one in a theater, and I walked out thinking that's actually a movie that's probably better to watch on a laptop. So that's specifically why this one I watched on a laptop because it's just it's the immersion.
Yeah. So throughout this movie, you get news alerts. Like you find out what's happening out in the world because you're just following Ice Cube in his office.
Yes. Everything is branded. It's not just like News 3 and you get like I've never wanted like generic off-brand products
just use
more in my life.
Search.com. Don't use Google.
Yeah, I have never
Just give me
wanted
news.com. Don't have Fox
fake
News and
made
CNN
up
here.
brands more in my entire life.
What's really weird, what's even weirder, very limited, very small amount of times, very few times it's mostly fictional characters.
Yeah.
Very few times it uses real names. Do you know the two that I noticed that have me very confused?
Tucker Carlson?
Wait, was there Tucker Carlson?
There was a Tucker Carlson tweet in the end of the movie.
I missed that one. Okay, I missed the Tucker Carlson. The two that I saw, the one was whenever it's becoming uncovered, this like Goliath data program, there's a Teams message to his boss that
From
said,
Chuck Schumer.
from Senator Chuck Schumer, Goliath is not authorized. Data collection will attract visitors. Kill the program now.
His profile picture is just like a picture of him.
It's just a press photo of Chuck Schumer, like in Senate or something. I don't know. Which I don't know. I don't think this is. I'm not trying to get too political here. I don't know if this was intentional, but it is very funny that they use a real name to be Chuck Schumer opposing a thing, but then the thing happens anyway, which feels very true to life. Politics in our Alien movie. The other one at the very end, whenever it's like, he was a hero for leaking this information. One of them is Joe Rogan, the podcaster Joe Rogan. So I just have no idea. Like, I'm so confused by whatever weird socio-political commentary this movie is trying to make with those two names. And then apparently Tucker Carlson in the mix there. I missed that. But, like, it's a fictional president. Like, all the characters are fictional. Yeah. Except for randomly a Teams message and a tweet.
I missed that completely. My point was more that as he's getting these like news updates along his screen throughout the whole movie, every single one of them is, I wrote a couple of them down. Defense systems, data loss alert. Yeah, that's a news story, I guess. Global data loss, infrastructure failure, global blackout, grids down. These are the news stories that are coming across as countless other ones. This story takes place across an hour and a half of him making calls to other people all around the world.
How are they reporting this?
Right?
No, all of the news is very situational to exactly what he is doing at that moment, and that it would be impossible for anybody to have that information that fast. Like, something happened, like, he does something, not even like, if an alien attacks something and they can get a headline out in a couple seconds, that's one thing. So, he does something, and the news is like, this guy did this thing, and there's no, like, within milliseconds.
Near the beginning of the movie, when like the aliens finally land, and his daughter Faith has like a piece of metal in her leg, and she, who's supposed to be like a biologist, someone who knows about medicine, like rips it out, which like that's basic first aid. Don't do that, by the way.
He even tells her many times, don't take it out, leave it in. I know it's painful, but you have to leave it in, otherwise you will bleed to death. And she says, I took it out anyway.
Whatever.
But then she's kind of fine.
No, she's fine.
Her baby daddy puts packing tape on it, and then she's fine.
She's fine because her boyfriend, who works for Amazon, breaks out a tape roller, like a tape packaging roller, and says, and I quote, hold on, where is it? I wrote it down. Amazon boy, his name is Mark, breaks out a tape gun to dress the wound, and when her dad over a WhatsApp call says, what the heck are you doing? Find a tourniquet or something. He says, trust me, I'm a pro, and starts dressing her wound with packing tape.
And she's just fine. She's fine.
It works
never
perfectly.
A concern after that.
No lasting damage.
Trust me, I'm a pro.
But
I work for Amazon.
She has a piece of metal in her leg, and she's sitting in the back of a Tesla Model X.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the Tesla scene.
Oh my god.
The Tesla scene.
And so he's like remote piloting the Tesla Model X.
Yes, we'll get to that later.
With the butterfly doors. It shows the butterfly door opening up. And he sets it to autopilot. Because you can use autopilot.
We'll get to that later. Hold on. Hold on.
So then you get like a bunch of news reports about what all is going on, and like like all the governments of the world are getting together to launch a global offensive against the aliens. This is like 3 minutes after we found out that these meteors that crash into the Earth are actually aliens. I thought that was a time lapse of like months, and then it cuts back to Faith with the piece of metal still in her leg. Like I thought like a month or something passed as all of these global armies are coordinating these attacks against the aliens.
Coordinating these attacks among global blackouts, Aaron.
Because Ice Cube got into a Zoom call with the president of the United States and like 3 other people. I guess Ice Cube is like that level of importance. And they said,
but he just happens to
hey,
be the only guy at DHS that morning. The office is empty.
They're like, hey, you can do an attack. And the president's like, okay, we're doing an attack. And then the news story pops up, like, global attack initiated.
Yeah.
Like, within a second.
Which,
that
by the way, in that Zoom call, this is like global emergency, right? Aliens attacking Earth. They're targeting big buildings. They're watching like skyscrapers fall to the ground in terrible CGI.
Oh, it's so bad.
The president is still sitting in the Oval Office. Not in a bunker, not on Air Force One, not somewhere else, not in an important building. He's sitting in the Oval Office in the West Wing, and it's just a sunny day outside.
The like Secretary of Defense, it's very funny the first time it happens, is like they call up him and he's like got a cigar and he's out on the golf course.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's like a funny bit. And then like when it's an hour later and he's joining a call and he's at the golf course with a cigar, I'm like,
you gotta finish the round.
Like, I have the same thought. I'm like, you're just chilling out in the open. You didn't even stop your game. You're still like what, hitting like, you know, the 17th hole. Like, what are you doing? But speaking of, actually, just real quick, we'll get in the cast later.
Yeah.
Very funny. The president of the United States is played by Jim Meskimen. You probably don't recognize that name. He does like a lot of voice acting. I think this guy might have played the most different presidents of the United States in like film and TV.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like, this guy kind of looks familiar, and I look him up. In his filmography, I see Bill Clinton, I see John F. Kennedy, I see Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan a couple times. He plays Ronald Reagan in Batman and the Boondocks, which is very funny. Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Is he just
who
like
else? I know there was at least
a
one
character
more.
actor, but he just does presidents?
Oh, in the Boondocks, he played Bill O'Reilly, Ronald Reagan, anchorman, news reporter, and Chris Hansen. He was like their go-to white dude for the Boondocks.
Oh my gosh.
So he's played like every president of living memory and Johnny Carson. So honestly, kind of pretty solid casting on their part to have him as the president. Like, that's a very specific niche that he has. Oh, and the bad guy that launched the whole program, we didn't mention. It's Agent Phil Coulson from the Avengers.
Yeah.
It's Clark Gregg.
Yeah.
Really, the last thing I have, well, there are two things. I'll leave it be because we don't have time to go through every single irritating like computer Hollywoodism that they came up with.
I don't know much about computers, but I know that's not how they work.
But he has a little tool that he brings up twice in this movie where he writes commands into it: generate TeamViewer master key so that he can get into his daughter's phone, and generate Zoom master key so that he can get into a meeting with the big bad, whatever the guy was that started this program.
Yeah, like he hacks into the Zoom call to learn the truth. Yeah, just to generate master passwords to get into any account in any system anywhere. That's not how that works, even remotely. That's just so it's frustratingly stupid. More importantly, though, my last note, I'll let you take it away from here. But one of the things that I laughed at the hardest in this movie, which you're not supposed to laugh at, he's a widower, right?
Yeah.
His wife died like 4 years ago. His kids are telling him he needs to move on. They're okay with it. He just, it wasn't his fault. When he feels down, he goes to his wife's Facebook page and messages her, "I miss you." And that's like so sweet, right?
Yeah, sure.
And it shows, it like scrolls up through Messenger and shows the last like 4 years, at least one a year. "I miss you, I miss you, I miss you." And that's like, you can't make fun of that because that's something people do. Like that's a coping mechanism. That's totally okay. That's really sweet. But then they get to the top. And they get to the last message that she sent him. And it was a voice memo that said,
"Don't forget to take out the trash and be nice to the kids.
And be nice
to the kids. Don't forget to take out the trash and be nice to the kids." And I swear to God, they absolutely had to get something to generate this voice. It could not have been a human that said this line. It's not possible. It sounds so fake. I burst out. I genuinely, not exaggerating, I'm sitting there like, oh, they're actually trying to do something touching. And then I burst out laughing at the absurdity of this voice memo. Take out the trash and be nice to the kids. And it was said in the weirdest, most like strange possible way. Did you hear that too?
I mean, it was...
Oh, yeah. Well,
to me, it sounded like definitely
just
someone in a booth.
Yeah.
Very controlled.
Like, I don't think it's artificially generated, but it did feel artificial.
Yeah.
I'll splice it in. We'll let the listeners decide. I'll splice it in there.
You can decide.
Remember to take out the trash today and be nice to the kids. I love you, baby.
But I I had this moment of like, oh, they're actually kind of going for something. This is like really tragic. This is something people do. This is a real coping mechanism. Like this is actually something real that they're putting into this movie. They actually wrote something really touching. And then they played that audio clip and I burst out laughing because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, it was frustrating. I hated this movie.
The part that I did laugh at that with his Facebook messages is when they realize that the aliens are going after data, and they're like, so anything that's secured, like anything that's data is not safe from the aliens. And he's like, oh no. And the first thing he goes to check is her Facebook page, and the messages just start deleting, and then her like photos start deleting, and like her just page pulls up like a 404 page. But what's weird is you would think when we've been describing this movie, they took War of the Worlds, they updated it to a contemporary setting, and then they made the aliens go after data, and then they made the entire thing take place over the internet, like over computer screens. You might think that would factor more into the plot. It doesn't. Mild inconvenience at best. He gets really concerned, sees that her Facebook page disappears. WhatsApp still works, Teams still works, Zoom still works. They upload a video to YouTube in the last like 15 minutes of the movie. All news media still works. They just have fuzzy camera views every now and again. The cameras get a little fuzzy, but he uploads his Hacker Here's the Truth video to YouTube, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm led to believe the aliens just targeted Meta's servers and nobody else's because everything was fine. You would think like that had to be intentional. That they target data and this is all digital, so that's going to be a big issue for them to overcome. Not
paid
really.
enough for their product placement that they couldn't be depicted as failing.
Yeah, they didn't get
Alien Apocalypse. Meta didn't fork up enough cash for that.
Okay, wait, real quick. Let me put a pin in that because to summarize, when Han says we can't truly get into how bad the computer stuff in this movie is. Yeah. If you're a listener, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume at some point you've seen some YouTube video that's like Hollywood doesn't understand computers compilation, Hollywood hacking cringe, like. You're listening to us. You've seen the scene from... You haven't watched NCIS, a full episode, but you've seen the scene from NCIS where two people type on the same keyboard to like hack super fast. It's like that for a whole movie. It's that for an hour and a half. It's like bad Hollywood hacking for an hour and a half. But, okay, because you raise an interesting point here when you say that Facebook didn't pay enough for their product to work well.
Yes.
I was very confused by the product placement in this movie. And the one I really want to talk about is Tesla.
Sense. Yeah.
Because Tesla saves the day. Tesla saves his daughter. And like it feels like product placement. Like, oh, hop in that Tesla. Let me open the doors for you. But if you watch this movie and take it at face value, if I am a susceptible customer and advertising will work on me, the main takeaways I get from this are that Teslas are very easy to hack, which true. And he like puts her in there and he's not remotely controlling it. He sets it to autopilot. And a weird detail they show you is like the speed and such. It shows you that it's going like 57 and 25.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm like, okay, so very funny.
Also, the battery almost dies like instantly.
Like even before they started driving, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna hack this car for you," and she gets in, and I was like, "Wow!" During an alien invasion, he somehow found a way to make it more dangerous by subjecting her to Tesla autopilots. But like, it shows it speeding and it shows it getting hacked. Did they pay for this? Like, I'm so confused.
It also shows the car tells her, "Oh, 1 mile to destination," and he's like, "I better turn on battery saving mode."
It also shows that he needs to shut down all the cameras and go into the terminal and tell it to just use essential functions to give it 17 more miles of battery. Like, this was a Tesla sitting at like 15% battery in this parking space.
Yeah.
So yeah, it also shows, hey, you should buy an electric car. What's the biggest concern people have? Range anxiety. What's the main problem they have in this movie after using the car for 2 minutes? Battery's dead. I should really buy a Tesla because I know it's very hackable. It's full of cameras. It's going to speed on autopilot and it's going to have no battery. So Facebook clearly didn't pay anything. It was definitely
the best
it was
product
mostly
placement
Amazon.
I've ever seen.
It was what?
I said that's the best product placement I've ever seen. It made me very happy.
I'm like, yeah, I'm sold on the Tesla.
But okay, so a central question that I had for this whole movie. What does it mean?
No, I am so perplexed.
Aliens eat data. What does that mean?
Perplexed.
They consume data is just information.
It's a commentary on our
but I don't know what the commentary
in the 21st century.
Do they eat? I don't know what the commentary is.
I'm saying some bullshit.
No. It is commentary, but it has like 5 different. It is like this movie is so confusing because it's not like data collection bad or data collection good. It's just like data collection is.
Yeah.
Is as far as I can tell the message of this movie.
Ice Cube's character even says, well, it's either get your data collected or have the government like force you to die. And I'd rather have my data collected. Like those, he says that.
He's like
it's
in the
necessary for Homeland Security.
He's in the middle of using his powers of spying to spy on his kids, and the kids are like, "Hey, Dad, we don't like it that you spy on us." They look at camera. "Hey, Dad, please stop spying on us all the time." And he's like, "I'm only looking after you." But
you hacked into the coffee shop cameras to see what kind of muffin I bought. Like that's weird.
Yeah, like, hey,
stop it, please.
and then hacks into her fridge to see the food that she has. Like, she's not eating enough protein.
Yeah, and then she specifically changed the password on her remote desktop application to prevent him from spying on her.
So he uses the password generator.
Like, creates a master key to get into her remote desktop.
Okay, but, like, so I understand that the reason why Ice Cube switches sides, intellectually, I understand that the real problem is Phil Coulson was warned, hey, the U.S. government knows that aliens really like data, and if you build this, it's going to be enough data, the aliens are going to come for us, and we know that for certain. And Phil Coulson says, whatever, I'm launching this anyway. So I understand why it's like a betrayal, but it is very funny because not even joking, when he learns his kid is the hacker, and his kid is like, nah, I need to tell you the truth. I need to tell you what's really going on. And Ice Cube says, nothing in that file you sent me will change my mind. And then he opens up and reads the file, and in 5 seconds, he completely changes his mind.
Immediately he starts this cold commentary. Oh, they have been hiding it from me the whole time.
The man who works for the data collection and keeping secrets department gets really upset when he learns that his boss was collecting slightly more data and keeping slightly more secrets. His whole life is devoted to spying on America's good, and then he's like, oh no, but I didn't know my boss was spying even more on America.
He works for like the Department of Invasion of Privacy, and he's like, how dare the government invade people's privacy?
And then I'm not even shitting you, photoshops his face onto Knockoff Anonymous and puts this in a YouTube video and says, join the resistance.
Yes.
And at the end of the movie, he quits and says, no, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Well,
they say this guy has no like hacker experience.
No, he has no idea how computers work.
He has the software that the government made so that he could spy on people. He doesn't know how any of it works. He just knows how to use that software.
He opens up password generator and he right-click commandeers drone. That's his job. And then he like slacks a warrant to his field agents.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'm not saying every single movie needs to have like a politically like I don't think every movie needs to walk out and be like, hey, the politics of this movie are the exact ones you agree with, and here they are in detail.
Yeah.
But this is maybe the most muddled, most confused, just like, oh yeah, I guess data collection happens. You tell us call in and tell us if you think that's good or bad. I don't know.
Which like the movie is funded and hosted by Amazon.
Also, the movie, I didn't even know there were this many departments of defense. Every single variation of Department of Defense is, like, thanked in the credits. Like, special thanks goes out to, like, every armed forces plus the NSA. And also, a lot of stock footage companies. They say stock footage provided from and list, like, 30 companies.
Yeah, it's not just
because where are they going to get all that footage of all of the jets? Because when he clicks on a B-2 bomber to see where it is in its flight path, and it shows a camera bird's eye view of that B-2 bomber.
Well, there's a
really
drone above the bomber.
Multiple different angles of the bombers.
Yeah, they had to get that stock footage so that they could make it look as though he actually had a bird's eye view into that bomber.
I just want to say something, because there's no variation where this movie's good, I don't think. But I did, while watching, have a couple thoughts about what this movie should have been.
Ooh, okay.
I think this movie would be a great, like, if you're in film school, if you're doing like a 48-hour film challenge, that's like a common thing, like spend a weekend, like make a short film or whatever. I think the premise of this is perfect for like low budget indie filmmaker. You just need not even 3 different sets. You can just do 3 different green screens. Like, you just need like 4 actors and then access to a stock footage library. And you could pretty much make this. Like, I think this is a very novel premise for a student film. This would be really good for like a film project like that. And you can make something very interesting with that. That, like, to be clear, we're like crapping all over this because it's like a Hollywood production by like Universal and like Amazon Prime, and like they should have the money and funding to do this. If this was like a student film, I'd be very impressed.
Absolutely.
The other thought I had, the thing that I unlocked, I realized what this movie should have been, because I was reading. Because the other thing this works very well as is a pandemic movie. Because there was for a very short time, and to be clear, none of these movies I want to go back and rewatch. But there were pandemic movies and TV shows that like their production wrapped beforehand, so they got to release during pandemic. So like, Tiger King. Like Tiger King was made before pandemic, but became popular during pandemic, like first season of Squid Games. But then there were these specific, I don't even remember.
I know what you're talking about though. It's like movies that entertainment still needed to be made during that time. So people were doing whatever they could. And like a lot of that meant that you had to do it a lot of green screen, a lot of isolated work, a lot of like.
So I'm specifically remembering
sitting at a computer rather than acting.
Yeah. Like, so we watched during like when it was 2021. So it was like kind of after some lockdown restrictions were lifted. But I remember we watched Lockdown, which like, if I were to watch it now, it kind of feels similar where I'm just like, this is weird. But like when you're watching it in the context of they managed to make this during COVID, it's almost more impressive. The fact that they did that. Like it's kind of interesting in the same way that like a 48-hour film challenge is interesting to watch because it's a lot of restrictions, like time and money. Yeah. Like lots of restrictions can make it interesting, if not technically speaking, good products. I thought Lockdown was just interesting that it was made during COVID. What's weird about this is when I look at the timeline, in September of 2020, Ice Cube joined in the lead role for this. That would become this movie. So that makes sense. They're like, oh, this guy's come into us with this idea of using the computer screen. We could record this completely separately. We just need like a camera person and Eva Longoria in a room, a camera person and Ice Cube in a room. Let me see here. By October, Eva Longoria joined the cast. They greenlit the film and fast-tracked it, having it go into production that month. Production lasted for 15 days. Post-production lasted for 2 years. So really long post-production time, which, it's all, this movie was like entirely post-production, makes sense. But it was in 2020, they fast-tracked it, spent 15 days making it, post-production lasted 2 years. You may have noticed more than 2 years and 15 days have passed since 2020.
Significantly more.
Considerably more. I'm not going to say this movie would be good if it came out, like, when it could have. I don't know why this movie came out now. This movie feels extra weird. If I was watching this during, like, 2021... I kind of like, I would watch it with that same lens of this isn't good, but it's very interesting with these restrictions. But now I'm like, why am I now 5 years later watching a movie made during COVID? I just have other movies to watch. So then I was sitting, I was stewing in this thought about how this movie this would be the perfect movie to make during COVID and then come out during COVID while people are still accepting, movies are made differently right now.
It makes sense to fast track it in that case.
It makes sense to fast track it. Hey, for sure. We got Ice Cube and Eva Longoria signed on. We can start filming their stuff. We can, like, a month from now cast another guy and film him. Like, it's fine. They're in a different room. But then I was thinking about it and I realized, so I, like, unlocked a key in my brain. I realized this wouldn't make the movie good, but what the movie should have been. And you mentioned this. You talked about, hey, dumb production studio that can dump unlimited funds into something, like can dump way too much money into making bad stuff. This movie should have come out in like late 2020 or early 2021, and it should have been a Quibi original.
Oh yes.
This should not have been an hour and 27-minute long movie. This should have been like an 8 to 10 parter, 10-minute Quibi originals. Because the dumb thing, their stupid gimmick was like you can hold your phone horizontally or vertically and it's fine. Like you can watch it either way. So everything just has to be center framed in this little square because you could change the aspect, the angle. This is just whipping around. It's just whipping around and putting whatever you meant to look at center frame anyway.
And they could have divided it up into like...
It'd be super easy to chunk it out into these... Because Quibi,
like
bites,
10-minute chunks.
Which, I don't need to say Quibi's dumb because it shut down 4 years ago. Obviously, it's dumb. We all know it's dumb. But why call it Quick Bites and then make 10-minute long videos? Because they'd say, oh, you can sit and watch this thing when you're in line at the grocery store. I'm not going to sit and watch uninterrupted a 10-minute video when I'm in line at the grocery store. Are you out of your mind, Jeffrey Katzenberg? So Quibi was dumb, but they should have funded and produced War of the Worlds 2025 in 2021 before they shut down. I think I don't even think Quibi made it till 2021, but they should have fast-tracked this early 2020, got it done, launched it on Quibi, and then Quibi would go under a month later, and then this would get put on the Roku channel. That's what should have happened. Why are we watching this in 2025 on Amazon Prime with limited commercial interruptions? In my movie, that's entirely one long commercial for Amazon. This would have been perfect, and this is not a compliment. This would have been perfect for a Quibi.
Yeah, I can see that.
And as soon as I realized that, it all
point.
made so much more sense. That's the alternate universe that we should live in now.
So that's a really interesting thought, because I didn't think about it like that at all. I wasn't thinking about that in the slightest. I thought this is an Amazon original movie. They could have dumped unlimited money into this thing. They could have made it good, and they chose not to. And I don't understand why it happened in the first place. Mm-hmm. Having a little bit of history, knowing that it came about during that time, it makes a lot more sense. That doesn't excuse the fact that it came out now.
They just sat on
and
a
still
shelf for
looks
like
the way
years.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been really funny when they brought a cut of this movie to like show off, and whoever they were showing it off to was like, wow, the like previs on these effects, like this kind of like early previs that you've done for the tripods looks like really solid. When are you going to finish the full effects? And they're like, these are the finished effects. That must have been a really funny boardroom meeting.
Yeah. So what I was thinking, and this is like, it's not a deep cut. It's just an odd thought that only a certain sort of person would understand, a certain sort of nerd.
Uh-huh.
This movie, to me, should have been Watch_Dogs, the movie. Like, he should have had his whole computer setup shouldn't have been his computer setup. It should have been in his phone, and he should have been out on the streets running around doing
hit the hackery,
whatever.
Phone.
Exactly. Like, if they were gonna go full on like complete bullshit nonsense with the computer, why not just have it be an app on his phone and then have Ice Cube out running around doing the action? Now, it makes sense why that didn't happen given the history you just explained.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted. As I was watching this movie, that's what I wanted.
They couldn't produce this movie in 2020 and then wait 5 years to release it if they did that. Like, their strategy was impeccable.
Yeah. No, that's as I was watching, that's what I wanted. I understand why that couldn't be what it was. But in either instance, I'm still just incredibly frustrated after watching it. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You have a lot of talent, a lot of undeniable talent behind this movie.
Yeah.
And they just like did nothing with it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to at this point, like, I think I have to go back and rewatch like Friday or Barbershop or something to remind myself that like Ice Cube was in like not like Oscar bait, but like solid, funny, like very entertaining movies. Like he's a good actor. Fun stuff. He's done these like cool roles.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really funny faces. Like, to be fair, to Ice Cube's credit, I don't know necessarily. Okay, for this scene, you have to tell your kid you'll never believe what he says, and then 5 seconds later, you have to believe what he says. Okay, go. Okay, for this scene, you have to act. You're FaceTiming with your daughter, and you told her not to rip this iron spike out of her leg, and then she did. Okay, go. Like, to be fair, I don't know how I would really act if I was sitting in front of a camera. Like,
was the director even in the room? Like, I don't...
Wait, we just sent, like, a story about that recently. Yeah, okay, so Ice Cube says, according to Discussing Film, this was on September 12th, Ice Cube says War of the Worlds was shot in 15 days during the COVID pandemic. The director wasn't there. This was the only way we shoot the movie. So he says, like, the director wasn't there.
Oh.
Yeah. That tracks.
To that, when tracks. I sent that, this is one of my, like, the 15 messages I sent about this movie before we decided to watch it. In reply, Aaron, you said, at that point, why bother?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that's so interesting, because looking at the timeline, it's kind of iffy, because they said they filmed for 15 days and post-production lasted 2 years, so that places it that could be in a pretty wide range.
Yeah.
In COVID, post-COVID, up until release, right? If he's saying that they filmed those 15 days were during the pandemic, during like the heat of the pandemic, it does make a lot of sense for why it is the way it is. That makes it even more confusing as to why it was released now.
This should have been a Quibi original, yes.
It should have been a Quibi original. They should have cut that post-production down a lot, or they should have just cut their losses.
They did that for other stuff. They just...
Right?
This did remind me, in case you are wondering, other than the tripods, the only other real way that this connects to War of the Worlds is that the President of the United States does say, okay, it's time to engage in a War of the Worlds.
A War of the Worlds, yeah.
They do say that, and Ice Cube makes one of his faces. He stares back at the screen, kind of like shocked and confused a little bit, but not that much.
Can I talk about the biblical allusions going on?
Sure,
here?
why not?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
There were
I'm
like
at the end of my notes. I'm good. Go for it.
This is the last thing in my notes. There are weirdly a lot. Like, it's weird.
Okay.
Someone thought they were being real clever. So Mr. Cube, his name is William Radford. I don't know why his name is William Radford, but his daughter, her name is Faith. Her name is Faith, and the father of her child's name is Mark, one of the 4 gospel writers, and the owner of the house where the Last Supper was eaten. Mark.
And
his
Amazon
other
driver.
Yeah, the Amazon driver. His name is Mark.
No, I mean Mark in the
clone
Bible,
flyer.
Amazon, I think.
And his Mr. Cube, his son is named David, and the system against which they're fighting, the server in the basement, is called Goliath.
Yeah.
Okay, now David's catchphrase, the thing that like convinces Ice Cube to go and look into all this, is "The truth will set you free," which is from the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 32. Jesus then said to those who believed in him, "If you remain in my word, you will truly be my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free."
Okay.
And then in the emotional email sent through Gmail to his children that he sent because he wasn't sure if he was going to die or not, he has said, "I am with you always," which is the last line of the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 20, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you, and behold, I am with you always until the end of the age. There's like a lot of very clumsy, pointless biblical allusion here.
But the main character, Will Radford, there's no Will in the...
No, William is a very English name. I don't know. I don't know why his name is Will, but there's a lot of biblical allusion here. Yeah. But no biblical imagery, and it doesn't mean anything. Why are we referencing the Bible left and right? Because referencing the Bible is deep, I guess.
I'm 14 and this is deep.
That's code for I'm a good writer. I don't know.
But only with some of the names of some of the supporting cast and an email.
Yeah. I noticed all of these biblical allusions, but I could not for the life of me tell you why they're there.
Like, imagine if halfway through David and Goliath, David's like dad just showed up and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna help you take down Goliath now. You give me the stone and I'll throw it." I know this was your thing, but now I'm cool with you. Like,
I know you spent like years building up this network of hackers and activists and have built a case against the government, but I'd really like to swoop in at the end and take credit, if that's all right.
Aaron, I gotta say, I'm slightly disappointed because I thought when you started talking about the names and stuff, it felt like you were folding my brain, like the way when people like fold the dollar bill, so then the eagle's like on top of the pyramid with the eye, and they're like, "See, this is like, you know, that." I thought you were doing that, and then you just went, "But I don't know, it means nothing," and I went, "Oh, okay."
That's the whole movie. I don't know if you know this, but that's the entire movie. So then this happens, and then this happens, and this happens, and then I don't know.
Movie wasted
that's
an
kind
hour
of
and
the
a half
end, I
my
guess.
time. You wasted like a minute and a half my time, so it's fine.
Yeah. But the whole movie is, and then this happens, and then we're gonna build on that with this, and then that's about it. Yeah.
I do also like that her boyfriend is Mark Goodman. It's literally just like, what if he's like, but he's a good man.
He's a good guy.
He's a good
Put
guy.
it in the script.
He's kind of a dweeb, but he's a good guy.
Speaking of random characters, there's like this FBI agent. Did I miss something, or did she just get like completely dropped halfway through the movie?
She just stops coming up.
Yeah.
She's like crouched down behind a car while the alien's attacking, and you know, Will is like, "Okay, hold on a second," and then he like ignores her call because he's like on a phone call with someone else, and you never see her again. So
and then never
I'm
comes back
that
up.
She dies. I don't know. That's my guess.
Yep.
I don't know.
But I will say, for me, hello everyone, welcome to Chronicles of Nanarnia. For me, this is Nanar, where I can get laughs out of this.
Yeah.
I was watching this sober, but you get a couple brewskis in me, I'd have a good time watching this movie again.
I was laughing left and right. Yeah. You're definitely not supposed to.
Are you not, though? Because I only remember seeing one trailer for this. I only remember seeing like one ad for this. And the tagline on the ad was, "It's worse than you think."
No, I think it's.
I think that's a rebrand.
I think originally you weren't supposed to. They wrote this seriously,
Correct.
and then at the end, I think what happened was they saw the finished result and they said, "Okay, we're not going to release this." And then 3 years passed, and they're like, "Okay, we know what this is. Like, we'll put it on Amazon, so then we can say, oh, featuring 501 original exclusive movies on it, whatever." Like,
yeah,
it's all streaming slop. Just put it on Amazon. No one's going to notice it. No one's going to remember it a week from now. But I think the person who did that tagline was having some fun with it. They were like, I know what this movie is.
Yeah, and that could be. But you're not supposed to laugh at the part where his dead wife, where you listen to his dead wife's voice recording.
No.
Or the part where his son sends you his son sends him all of the documents in a zip folder and says the truth will set you free, and everything inside of it's very conveniently named. Like the government has this really, really particular cataloging system of Windows folders that are only like this big.
Or the part where he thinks his son David got blown up, and because he thinks he's at Mr. Cube's house. And then David comes back on the screen. And it looks like Ice Cube's house is fine. And David's like, "Oh, no, I'm not at your house." And he stands up and tears down the green screen that was showing Ice Cube's house. He's actually at like his friend Nate's house or something like that. It's very funny.
Speaking though of Han, the one you said about the file naming scheme of like, the zip file that has everything. Very funny that he specifically, Ice Cube makes a point of saying like, "Nah, man, this is like private government facility. I can't have a thumb drive on me. They don't let thumb drives in here." But he does open up on his work computer a zip file from his son, who he knows to be their biggest hacker rival they've been chasing for 5 years. His hacker son sends him a zip file, and he's like, "I'll open that on my work computer. That sounds like a great idea."
It's also, this is like a highly secure government agency. He's not allowed to have a thumb drive in there, but he's logged into his personal Gmail. He's logged into his personal WhatsApp. He's logged in, like he has his phone messages like mirrored onto his computer.
He has his phone in his pocket with GPS on.
I also understand that like it ends up being fine because A, in an emergency, yes, you should prioritize your family over your job. And B, the guy ends up being a villain at the end. But it is very funny how many times he just straight up rejects like phone calls from his boss to like he just clicks that hang up button to his boss like,
well, his boss is like
he's
"I am
paid
looping
to
you."
not do his job.
The boss is like, "I am looping you into this video call with the president of the United
Get on
States.
now, we're all
Please
waiting
pick
for you."
up."
Which, to be fair,
You're
I have
making
been
the
late to a Zoom
president
meeting
wait.
and gotten like a "get on, we're waiting for you" message, but it wasn't from the president of the United States.
On Zoom
with like 5 other people, a very small circle. This isn't like a Zoom call with like just, "Hey, everyone in the department, hop on, announcements."
Yeah.
It's like his boss, him, Secretary of Defense, one random guy, and the President of the United States are the 6 most important people on the planet. "Hey, we're waiting on you, Ice Cube, to get us the proof we need to authorize the War of the Worlds."
And there wasn't one other person in the DHS building.
No.
Not a single other human being in there.
Quick thought. So we very briefly, we don't see, but most of the time he spends in that room. He tries to leave, but it's on lockdown, so he can't leave. This is another moment you're not supposed to laugh at, but it is very funny when his daughter straight up just goes, "It's ironic, isn't it, Dad? You never want to leave that building, and now that you want to leave, you can't." While she's dying in the back of the Tesla Model X. But at the end, you do get to see this facility because he's running through. He has to meet the Amazon Prime air delivery drone, the future of deliveries, to get the flash drive. While
he goes into the basement to receive.
He goes into the basement. It's like all bathed in red light. These like tentacles of the machine are reaching out to grab him. And he's trying to insert this flash drive. I've referenced this series before. I can't say I've referenced this specific game. The ending of this movie is the ending of Metal Gear Solid 4, by the way.
I was gonna say it's the microwaves.
This is like the microwave scene and getting into Arsenal gear. It's literally the ending of it. If you went up on the roof of this DHS building and then just got into a shirtless punch-off with this like random guy that's been harassing him for the last 30 years, it would be Metal Gear Solid 4.
Wow.
But yeah, for me, this movie is Nanar. Would you all agree? This is a...
Yeah, I would say 100%. I think a big important part of Nanar, and I believe we talked about this, is the earnestness.
Yeah, this was not, hey, let's do a really funny, self-aware comic worlds.
I think it was just, hey, let's make like this War of the Worlds, but it's all told through computer screens. Ooh, it's all going to be like diegetic.
Society.
And then they just being in completely different places and no one being in the same room at the same time just couldn't pull it off. It just didn't come together. Yeah. And no one really knew what anybody else was doing, and because movies are collaborative, it just didn't come together. So I think it has the earnestness to be Nanar. Yeah, I would call this Nanar.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I did send the screenshot earlier. I need to point it out because at one point, I think it's his when he's watching his daughter, when her daughter's like in danger and trying to get like, to safety, he sends her a text that says, "Are you there yet?" That did make me laugh because Ice Cube was in the family-friendly comedy film "Are We There Yet?" So the fact that he sends a text saying, "Are you there yet?" That is very funny. I do also like when he's seeing a live update that lists victories, defeats, units in deployment, casualties, hostiles defeated, and estimated active hostiles. Very funny that they just have casualties, but then estimated active hostiles. And I don't know what victories and defeats mean. Like, these are separate, discrete battles. They count.
There's a bureaucrat on every part of the planet.
Live
linking that back to a central database.
Okay, I do like that he looks at the screen and he says, "That's a lot."
Okay, but estimated active hostiles 9,870.
Not even close. Not even close to what they show. They show like 50 on the map.
But also,
there's like one per country.
Even if there were about 10,000 of these things. They die to just like bullets and missiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like his son with like
things.
one Reaper drone takes down like 3 of them in the span of 4 seconds.
Yeah.
They want your data.
This is, I don't need to get into it, but this is a thing that happens in Warhammer a lot.
Okay. I got to talk about my Metal Gear Solid, so you get to talk about your Warhammer. Fair is fair.
So
okay,
there's
Hans,
a
talk
joke.
About Lost.
There's a joke in like the Warhammer fandom that Games Workshop, the company that makes all the Warhammer stuff, doesn't know how numbers work because like they'll say 1,000 dudes took over a planet.
Yeah.
I don't care how strong those dudes are. 1,000
you've talked about that before.
You can't take over a planet with 1,000 dudes. It doesn't matter.
But that happens a lot with science fiction. Like I feel like I really noticed that in Star Wars. Where Star Wars is across the galaxy. There are like uncharted sectors of the galaxy, and still like the whole rebellion was like 15 people by the end of episode 4.
At least in Dune, they're like, Paul Atreides killed trillions. I'm like, okay, that's a number.
You're like, yeah, he killed like 60 billion people. That's a space genocide, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it honestly, but it kind of feels like when you read the War of the Worlds book, it's fairly realistic because it was in like 1800s London where the population was like 70. So it is kind of realistic whenever like that type of thing happens when he like bumps into the same guy multiple times.
Yeah.
It is very weird here that the numbers they're saying don't line up with what they're showing, and also correctly don't line up with the military. Like, the army has enough. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the army has enough to take out 9,000 things that died in fire.
You would have multiple options on how you want to do it. Like,
what's the line? There's a line from Futurama about this.
I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, you got to talk about Futurama.
But he did Futurama. There we go. Good job.
It is. I got to get the line right.
Mixing it up.
Are you thinking of like, the killbots had a kill limit, so I just sent wave after wave of men.
No. It's let's show them what a runaway military budget can really do.
This movie would have been so much better if they had Zap Brannigan in it. That would have been fantastic.
Touchdown. Man, I can't believe I just did that. A muffin?
This was fun.
Yeah.
I guess.
It was fun.
It's fun to talk about.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about.
Back to the good old days, right? This is what I'm talking about. I like to talk about trash.
You get like really angry though. You're like, I can't believe I had to watch this. And then you're just like happy for the next like hour of discussion.
Yeah.
That's
what we said this every time. Like I hated sitting through Seagal movies, but I did it because I looked forward so much to talking about the Seagal movies.
Oh, I gotta say, this whole interaction has improved my mood tremendously.
Yeah, you woke up on the wrong side, you're going to sleep on the right side.
Yeah.
What if we did a season where we just watch every Quibi original that was made?
Oh.
Okay, but Quibi would have been not good. It still would have shut down. It would have been a lot better though if for like the 1 month that I redeemed like a free trial to use it, if I could have watched, The War of the Worlds 2020 starring Ice Cube on my phone instead of like the Judge Chrissy Teigen or whatever they did instead.
Yeah.
Or they did Punk'd. They brought Punk'd back. Why'd they do that? They should have done War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. I don't need Chance the Rapper doing Punk'd. I need this. This is gold. This is Quibi material. Insult derogatorily. Not complimentary. I will say, some of the music in this movie was pretty good. Final positive note. The end credit song, Keep Your Head Up, that was actually pretty solid. And kind of had thematic ties to the movie. That was a good one. I did like where it had intro music, and then it shows him, like... It does a really good setting what the movie's going to be when it has this intro music playing, and then it shows him, like, open up Spotify and click pause.
Pausing
and
it.
That's when the music stops.
Yeah.
I did think that was pretty dope. It uses music very effectively in the first minute and then the last minute of the film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good job, movie.
And there's an hour and 29
There's an hour and 27 minutes, and it's hit or miss, but that beginning minute and end minute, real solid.